Welcome back to Unlock, Empower, Transform with Shay Blackman, where we tackle the real conversations happening in every boardroom, break room, and Zoom room. I'm Shay, and this is episode 35. Let's address the elephant in every room right now, AI. Everyone's either terrified it's going to take their job or pretending they understand it when they absolutely don't. And here's the truth bomb nobody wants to hear. The technology isn't the threat. The person in your industry who figured out how to use it while you were still debating whether to try ChatGPT, that's your competition. Can we just be honest for a second? Half of you listening are still asking IT to help you share your screen. And now we're supposed to become AI experts? The good news is you don't need to become a tech wizard. The bad news, if you keep treating AI like it's optional, you're about to become professionally extinct. Here's what's actually happening right now. While you're worried about AI replacing you, someone in your field is using it to do in 2 hours what takes you 2 days. They're not smarter than you. They're not more technical than you. They just stopped being afraid and started being curious. I've spent 24 years in HR leadership watching technology transform how we work. And every single time, from email to enterprise systems to remote work, the pattern is the same. The people who thrive aren't the ones who resist. They're the ones who adapt. But here's where AI is different. This isn't just another tool. It's an amplifier. It takes whatever skills you have and multiplies them, which means if you're great at what you do, AI makes you exceptional. But if you're mediocre and using AI, you're now outperforming the great people who aren't. So let's get practical. You're not a tech person. Neither am I. My doctorate is in organizational leadership, not computer science. But here's what I've learned. AI adoption for leaders isn't about understanding algorithms. It's about understanding leverage. Think about it like this. You don't need to know how your car engine works to be an excellent driver. You just need to know how to use it to get where you're going faster and more efficiently than walking. There was a manufacturing company that resisted implementing AI for quality control. Their competitor didn't. Guess who's now capturing their market share? The competitor's AI system catches defects that human eyes miss, runs 24/7, and provides predictive maintenance alerts. The resistant company? Still doing manual inspections and wondering why they're losing contracts. But it's not just about big systems. Let me blow your mind with what non-tech leaders are doing right now with basic AI tools. They're using ChatGPT to draft policies in minutes instead of hours. They're using AI to analyze employee feedback and spot patterns humans would miss. They're creating training materials, strategic plans, and communications at a speed that would have been impossible just 2 years ago. The Shield Resilience Strategy Guide actually has a whole section on building adaptive capacity, the ability to integrate new capabilities without disrupting your core operations, because that's what AI adoption really is. It's not replacement, it's enhancement. Here's the framework that actually works for non-tech leaders. Start with problems, not tools. What takes you the most time? What requires the most repetitive thinking? What analysis do you wish you could do but never have time for? That's where you start with AI. All right, so you're convinced you need to start somewhere, but where? Let me save you from the mistake everyone makes, trying to boil the ocean. You don't need to transform everything at once. You need one win. One clear example of AI making your work better, faster, or more insightful. Start with the 3C's framework: create, critique, and customize. First, use AI to create first drafts of anything you write regularly: emails, reports, proposals. Not to use as is, but as a starting point. Then critique. Use AI to review your work, spot gaps, suggest improvements. Finally, customize. Train AI tools on your specific needs, your voice, your industry language. There was a healthcare organization where the HR team started using AI just for job descriptions. That's it, nothing fancy. Within a month, they'd cut the time to post positions by 75% and improved their applicant quality because the AI helped them optimize for search terms candidates actually use. One small win that transformed their entire recruitment process. But here's the cultural piece that's in my book. AI adoption fails when it's top-down mandated. It succeeds when it's curiosity-driven. Create what I call AI champions. Not your tech people, but your regular team members who get excited about efficiency. Give them permission to experiment, fail, learn, and share. The biggest barrier isn't the technology, it's the mindset. We've created this myth that AI is complicated. You know what's complicated? Managing people, navigating organizational politics, building culture. If you can do those things, you can figure out AI. And let's talk about the fear factor. What if I use it wrong? You will. So what? You used email wrong when you first started too. Remember reply all disasters? You survived. What if it makes mistakes? It will. So do humans. At least AI's mistakes are consistent and correctable. This is exactly why at CBC we're launching AI literacy programs specifically designed for non-tech leaders. We're not teaching you to code. We're teaching you to think strategically about AI integration in ways that enhance your leadership, not replace it. Our approach is different because it's grounded in organizational behavior, not technology. We focus on three pillars: cultural readiness, practical application, and ethical integration. Cultural readiness is about preparing your organization for AI adoption without triggering the fear response. Because let's be real, tell your team AI is coming and half of them are updating their resumes. We teach you how to frame AI as an empowerment tool, not a replacement threat. Practical application is hands-on, problem-focused learning. No theory, no jargon, just here's your actual challenge, here's how AI can help, let's do it together. We're talking about real workplace scenarios, from performance reviews to strategic planning to process improvement. Ethical integration might be the most important, because AI amplifies bias if you're not careful. It perpetuates patterns, good and bad. We teach you how to implement AI in ways that enhance equity, not undermine it. How to maintain the human element in human resources. The programs are cohort-based because transformation happens in community. You're learning alongside other leaders facing the same challenges, sharing wins and failures, building a network of AI-literate leaders who get that this isn't about technology, it's about evolution. Let's make this real with an exercise you can do this week. I call it the AI Shadow Day, and it's stupidly simple but incredibly powerful. Pick one day this week. For everything you do that day that involves writing, analyzing, or deciding, ask yourself, could AI help with this? Don't actually use AI yet. Just notice. Keep a list. At the end of the day, pick the top 3 tasks that took the most time or mental energy. For just one of them, 1, try using an AI tool. ChatGPT, Claude, whatever. Give it a shot. Compare the time it took with AI versus without. Here's what you'll discover. AI won't do the task perfectly, but it'll give you a starting point that's 70% there, and getting from 0 to 70% is usually the hardest part. Getting from 70% to 100%, that's where your expertise shines. One more thing, and this is crucial. Document what you learn. What worked? What didn't? What surprised you? This reflection is how you build AI literacy. Not through courses, but through experimentation and conscious learning. This connects directly to the Adaptive Resilience Framework in the Shield Resilience Strategy Guide. It's about building comfort with discomfort, developing what we call learning agility, the ability to quickly acquire and apply new capabilities. Look, here's the bottom line. The future isn't about humans versus AI. It's about humans with AI versus humans without it. And right now, you get to choose which group you're in. The companies winning aren't the ones with the best technology. They're the ones with leaders brave enough to learn, experiment, and evolve. They're building what I call high-value leadership cultures, environments where innovation isn't just tolerated, it's expected. This isn't about becoming a tech expert. It's about maintaining relevance in a rapidly evolving workplace. It's about modeling adaptability for your teams. It's about leading from the front, not hiding behind, "That's not how we've always done it." If this resonated with you, download the Shield Resilience Strategy Guide. There's an entire section on building adaptive capacity and creating innovation-ready cultures. Drop a comment. I want to hear your biggest AI fear. What's really holding you back? Let's address it in next week's Ask Shay segment. And for those ready to go deeper, this is exactly the kind of transformation leadership we explore in my book, High Value Leadership, and the upcoming intensive course. Because AI literacy is just one piece of building cultures that thrive in disruption. Speaking of thriving in disruption, next Thursday, episode 36, From Latchkey to Leadership, the Gen X Resilience Story. We're talking about the generation that literally had to figure everything out themselves and how that shapes leadership today. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Until next Tuesday, this is Shay Blackman reminding you that the future belongs to the curious, not the qualified. Stop worrying about being replaced and start thinking about how to become irreplaceable. Keep unlocking, keep empowering, and keep transforming.